introduction of the capabilities of AR and what you can do using digital twins. When I say digital twin, I usually refer to a 3D scan, as in a virtual 3D representation of your environment. Let's start with a few facts about ViewAR. We're in the field of AR since 12 years, meanwhile. We're headquartered in Austria, Vienna, team of 24 people, and have won several awards. We're basically building an AR ecosystem that abstracts all the complex topics from companies who want to use AR without the need of having experts internally. As in clients from all different sectors, as in educational, manufacturing, public sectors, pharmaceutical, chemicals, and lots of different fields that we can serve with our technology. In terms of how you set up such an installation is, as I was referring previously, you start with creating a digital twin, and you can use a variety of cameras for that. And a very cheap and common solution is Matterport, and there is Leica and Nevis as one of the three main providers. Once you have that digital twin, you basically do the authoring for anchoring so-called points of interest, as in where the locations of which equipment items are, and you basically anchor the IDs that you use in your system. So if you have an ID for a specific valve, you should of course name that point of interest with that ID, and then this way you can refer to it at a later stage. Basically, what we do is we use the 3D scan and especially the panorama images to do some kind of visual recognition. So we compare the camera image with the 3D scan in order to determine the device's position. It's not just the position, it's also the precise orientation. So we know where we are, where we're looking at, and then we can augment the camera image. Once we have this location awareness, as I used to say, we can do things like indoor navigation or anchoring IoT data. So basically, you could, in your camera image, you will see guidance, you could see errors popping up, you could see live IoT data, and much more. There's also another capability that is probably very relevant. The idea is you can digitalize workflows with spatial indications, as in giving an indication, here you need to press a button and here you need to do that, in combination with textual instructions, with images, and so on. The use case for this is, imagine you would have a machine and you would have an application that offers you workflows for the top 20 error codes, and you could go through those workflows to repair your machine with, instead of calling the service guy. That's basically the idea behind it. Just to give you an idea of how such workflows can be set up, it's basically setting up, as we say, a decision tree. So you define steps, and steps can also contain questions and different rules. And depending on the answers, you can go to a next step, basically. So you define those workflows in a very simple UI. You can attach images, you can select which 3D points should be highlighted at that workflow step, and yeah, basically configure everything to your needs. And then it should show how, I'll show it later how, it's gonna come later. Also, we support a feature called OCR tagging. So once you have the spatial awareness of knowing where the phone is and where it's pointing, you can combine that with OCR for reading item labels and digitalizing your infrastructure in a very quick and efficient manner. Remote assistance is not really related to digital twins, but it's something that is really catching up and catching a lot of interest. So basically you transfer a live camera image and you synchronize annotations on both sides in order to speed up communication. In terms of integrations, there are several ways of how to integrate such applications. The most simple and quickest way is so-called deep links. So same as you would get an email with a link to a Zoom call, you could get an email with a link to a navigation to a specific ID of an equipment. And you can do that for navigation, you can do that for workflows, you can do more complex configurations that we refer to as launch configs. There's also a native library that we offer, as in you can integrate our system into existing applications. You can define REST hooks, as in APIs that are triggered on updates and other events. And we even offer an SDK for advanced customization. So basically, we have off-the-shelf products that you can use as they are. And we offer an SDK that will give you source code access to the actual code of the application, giving you the capability of customizing this to your needs and implementing this for your specific work environment and your specific flows. And this is a rather unique offering. That was it, a quick run through, and I hope this inspired you a bit. We also have a booth outside, and I'm happy to give you some demos. I actually have to catch my flight right after this talk, but my colleague with a sporty haircut, Adnan, is going to be here tomorrow and this evening. So feel free to approach him. And I think that, yeah, there's a lot of potential here in this room in regards to AR, and happy to answer questions.